Hey guys, Matthew Fudge here. We're at Locals, and what is your name and what did you play?
Oh, what's up, man? My name is Gunnar Robinson, and I played Adamancipator.
And what place did you get?
I got second tonight, actually.
Oh, sweet. All right, let's get into the deck profile.
Put this to the side.
Yep.
By the way, the field center, that's like the MVP. I always want to bring it out. Okay, so I played 3 Researcher,
All right.
3 Seeker, 3 Analyzer,
All right.
and for the spots, I played the 1 Dragot.
All right. How good was this today?
It was actually, this is one of them decks that's very fun, but it's very glass cannon. But if you resolve all your stuff and your opponent cannot deal with it, then they have a hard time. Actually, one of the better players was actually able to get a game on them by putting up board presence. If you can't deal with board presence in this deck, it's really hard to combat it. But as far as like this, I think this is correct.
Okay.
This right here, a lot of people don't play it, but I just wanted to specify this actually gets you a draw card, and sometimes the draw card can get, just keep you extended past hand traps.
Okay. Solid.
And for the non-Adamancipator monster, I only play 2 of the Doki Doki.
Okay.
Now, I do not recommend playing this at 3 because Imperm is a thing in the format again, and so is Ash. So this is just, if you Ash this and you don't have no follow-up, it's just not that good. So you just want to be resolving this off the special, not the normal.
Okay.
And then for the extra spice, 3 Roxys and 1 Dropsies.
Okay. I've seen some people have been going to the pure and not playing this. What's your preference on this?
I'm still in between on it because my thing with this is, okay, no matter what, Roxy's is a rock. So,
Okay.
And it also gets you into the Link 1, which I'll show a card in a moment that actually can help you, put your Got Grind out on board. So, the Dropsies, you never really resolve it, but if you need the body for the Herald Arclight, it's just there.
Yeah. It's also good to turbo out the Roxys for level 4.
I think personally they're better going second than going first.
Okay, that's fair.
And then for Quackamero engine, I played 3 Supplier, and I played 2 of the Guardian.
Okay. Why'd you play 2 instead of 3 this card?
Honestly, it was kind of last minute. I think I would change this, but this Supplier is actually really, really bonkers because on the fact that a lot of people forget it because special summon itself out of hand.
Yeah.
So if you have this open in hand and you go Roxy's, and like you can almost credit up to a Chain Link 3 with this if this is in hand. It's just really nuts.
Yeah.
And that's it. And then the one of.
Okay. Interesting.
So my theory behind this is Dweller's coming back into the format, so this is just really, really easy to make.
Yeah.
And on top of that, it's an extender past hand traps.
Okay.
And then
Dino, how good was this?
I'm just gonna tell you, it was MVP on game 3 against my Alec player because I made this and made a level 4, then I killed him. But other than that, I cut it because this thing's beast and you need rocks when you're doing the excavate. It conflicts with that.
Yeah.
And then for the MVP of the day,
Okay.
I do not have super, so don't be bashing me in the comment section. I will get them at some point, but this is really, really underrated for what it is.
Yeah.
This makes Dweller, this makes just anything that you want. And with this deck, you do link climb a lot.
Okay.
So you can you pop this on board. So a lot of times what I was doing today was I was normal on the Roxy's making the Meow Meow, and then I was doing chain 1 this, chain 2 this, and then they was just like, okay, then you just make whatever you felt was comfortable enough to keep them from playing.
Solid.
And then for what it's probably going to end up changing, 3 Ash,
Okay.
3 Rock, and 3 Phantasme.
Okay. I haven't seen a whole lot of people playing 3 Phantasme in the main, so how do you feel about this card?
So my thought process behind it is it fixes hands. Obviously, with this deck and anybody who's played this deck, you know that hands you have to play your hand. You're playing solitaire with this deck, especially if you're playing a really good player because you gotta pretty much predict what they have. You're always wanting to play for 2 hand traps, and one of them being a barrier at all times.
Okay.
The philosophy was if I make this, if they link summon on me, I just make this, I reset my hand, and I should be able to kill them next game. Unfortunately, my rounds didn't pan up to it because I didn't play a lot of link-based decks today, actually.
Okay.
Nibiru is just Nibiru. It's good to have, and Ash is just the best hand trap, period.
Yeah.
I did play Gamma. I will make a statement. I did play Gamma before, but do not play Gamma in this deck on the fact that it conflicts with your extra deck, and you need Gas. You don't need Stop.
Okay. That's fair.
Then for the spells, I play 2 of the signs, and I don't. People play this as a 3-of, but the thing is this is situational, and I don't want to play some. I don't want to be clogged up on situational cards.
That's fair.
When I can play that instead.
Yeah.
This is just better. It gets stuff out of the graveyard. One MVP move I had today was I had a Link Monster on the board. I brought back my Unicorn, then went Access Code Talker, and GG. And also, this can actually conflict with the graveyard. So if you're playing certain base decks that are relying on that graveyard recursion, just take that away from them and don't let them play. Then for the Spice.
Okay.
I see nobody play this. It's a rank 4 on legs
Yeah.
because you do not play no trap cards in this deck, period. So, you know, why not give yourself that extender? And this plus any other extender will pretty much kill your opponent.
Yeah.
Double or nothing. I actually
okay.
decided to tweak my extra deck. I noticed that this deck ends on a lot of negates, but I decided, you know what? If I can play Solitaire and not think my opponent, then I'm just going to Utopia double them. And it'll kill them. And this was MB free to get me, you know, pretty much where I'm at.
Solid.
And the card that nobody plays for some reason because it's at 1 that everybody should wish it Konami just bring back to 2 or 3 is.
Yeah.
Now I will tell you this: I do wish this was Tactic Talents.
Okay, that's.
I think it's a better hand fixer, but you know what? They serve their purpose.
Yeah.
That's I believe 41 main. I played 41. I'm weird. I play OCG numbers when I'm that build. Did you have any questions about the main?
Not really. Let's get on to the extra deck.
Amaraj, this card is obvious. This is the best card in the deck because it turns any of the lower level Adamancipators into link climbing material off the Parallel Exceed. So
yeah.
I love this card. I didn't play it when I first started testing, and I always seen where my flaws was, and this fixes 80% of the flaws. Meow Meow, it gets you there.
Yeah.
IP always in combo. How it plays for Nibiru. So I'm gonna tell you a fun fact. A lot of people don't understand that analyzer or the researchers say if your opponent controls a monster, you control a rock, that you can special summon it. And so if they rock you when you're doing like shenanigans with this, and then it's like okay, summon one, then make Hulk. This was actually really good today. This was a last minute change. This was the Lambda link because I did play the Gammas and stuff. But this did come up in situations where, you know, you can knock that one back row and link climb to kill. And obviously the Unicorn and the win condition of the deck.
Okay.
And that's all the link monsters I play in here. For the synchros, I play Herald. You know, it's just Omni-Negate on legs. Rappi. And this guy right here, actually for the first time ever made him today, and a player scooped.
Okay.
And obviously Borload Savage, if you can end it in a combo, that Omni negates there.
Yeah, that cuts down.
Now, for my build, I play a lot of extra deck. I'll play a lot of XYZs, actually. So, Dweller.
Okay.
Best card in the deck, obviously.
Easily.
Gas. Extra gas.
So, how did you feel about that package?
Shout out to my round 2 opponent, by the way, for leaving himself wide open. I believe so my thing with this card is I believe that after this card come out and had it served, that people will just kind of sleep on it. So when they're sleeping on it, then you play it.
Okay. They're not expecting the 2 level 4s.
They're not going to be trying to
smack
play
it
around
in the face.
They're not going to be playing around it, and I think it's just free to be made in this deck. But if I had to be serious about it, I probably would put that back in the Appaloosa, and then this probably could be something else.
Yeah.
And that's it for the extra. And then I'll go ahead and show you my side deck if we have time.
Okay.
Lancia because we hate Dinosaur.
Everything.
Draw because we hate Rockets.
All right.
We hate Dragoon. And also shout out to my round 2 opponent, by the way. I'm only talking crap because we're teammates. hate Elledge.
All right. So, thoughts on it? How did it go?
You know, guys, for this format, I thought it was a fun deck. Honestly, and I had a really good time here today.
All right.
So I gotta do a couple of shots here. I'm gonna shout out my team Curry Bandit. You know, because we mill 5 and we're clapping cheeks.
Yep.
I'm gonna shout out 501 Games here in Searcy. You know, because they let us do locals and let us bring the locals back. And I'm also gonna give a shout out to my first locals, Backhaven Conway.
All right. Well, thanks for the deck profile, and we'll see you next time.